Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2020 Travis Roy Foundation Wiffle Ball Vintage Replay. We are going to be tuning in for the 2011 Travis Roy Foundation Championship game. The Staten Island Yankees taking on the dangerous Blue Bulls. Tonight, we're going to be joined by Rich Colbourne from the Staten Island Yankees, and Joe Tirone may pop his head in a little while, and Tad Skelley from the Blue Bulls. How's it going, guys?
Great.
Awesome.
So we're going to roll through the 2011 championship game where the number 4 Yankees took on the number 2 Blue Bulls. I have personally not seen this game. I know who wins. I won't ruin it for a little while, but it was an incredible game. Tad had been on a roll the entire tournament up to this point. So I'm going to leave it to you guys to do a little bit of chatting about what's going on here and any comments you want to make. We're starting right things off here with, I believe that's Joey Rigotti right at the plate.
Yeah, it's also Nick Smith pitching, who hasn't been able to make it in probably 4 or 5 years. So people probably now with the Blue Bulls think of Ben Harper pitching for us. He's pretty dominant. So we've upgraded a little bit. Sorry, Nick. Yeah, Nick's been tied up. Hasn't been able to make it out recently, but I was looking forward to it this year. He was going to be back, but
we got 2 number 7s, right? The pitcher, Nick Smith, right?
Got Jack Keeley on the play-by-play, Bruce Bosley on the color of this vintage game. And Rich, this was your first championship, and you guys had been in the title game quite a bit.
Yeah, that's right. I don't remember the number exactly. I think this is maybe our 4th maybe championship, of which we were 0-3.
Yeah, it's your 4th trip, 3rd in a row, I believe, at this point.
Okay.
wow.
Yeah, definitely. Year 1 we were there against Hot Dam, and I know we played the Comets Express once. And oh, there's a good start.
Yeah, Rigotti with the leadoff ding dong.
Yeah.
He texted me not to miss the first pitch or the first bat. So,
He is the third baseman. Here's Matt Long.
This is Matty Long.
Yeah.
That's a strike.
Close up there. Staten Island out in front by a score of 1-0. Up to foul and nice dive.
Dr. Porter.
By the catcher.
You don't see that a lot. You got to have a good
No.
guy back there.
Yep.
Our catcher doesn't even get up.
it's the most important.
You?
You have to have your most
No.
nimble guy behind the plate.
John Sweeney, our catcher, he doesn't really get up. Sometimes he will. First couple innings. If you catch him the first couple innings, by the 7th, he's not popping up anymore.
Give him a bucket.
I'm telling you, I mentioned you Mojo, you need to have your most nimble guy behind the plate because there's so many pop-ups hit off the holes of the ball that just goes straight up in the circle.
Yep, I agree.
Knocked down by the shortstop.
Shortstop's Jeff Rudberg for. There you go, Jack. There's your Blue
Tough
Bulls
play.
lineup right here.
We need some first names here for the Yankees.
Okay.
Jeff will be on for the second game.
Tremarco, the batter.
Yep.
Right?
That was Tremarco that just got on.
Okay.
He's just tuning in. He was texting me.
Long, the batter.
Quick turnaround here on the line.
I said he scrolls down on the emails, Tad, that we send him, right?
Eric Long is right field. Jeff Cavagnaro, the left fielder. And
That's a ball.
Woody Woodford.
Now, Rich, you played in every single tournament, and there's been not a lot of turnover with your team. You guys come up here year after year.
It got pretty stable. Early on, it was definitely some differences.
Tirone.
There were a few of the early years where we had to do some like local recruiting because guys couldn't make it the last minute, that kind of thing. So
Did the Long boys ever play with their father, Tommy?
yeah, for at least for a couple of years.
They did. Okay.
Leadoff runner
I
on.
didn't know if they ever got to play together.
Staten Island, and they draw.
And Rich, you're a
here.
Staten Island
2
Vermonter.
runners on base.
What's that?
You're a Staten Island Vermonter now.
I am. At this point, a lot more years in Vermont.
And Tad, this year you're coming off your senior year at Wheaton College, I believe.
Yeah, that's why I did so well, because I had just finished up my 4 years at Wheaton, so I was still, playing.
Exclusive live coverage.
I felt like you hit like a dozen home runs in that weekend. It was like every time I saw you up at the plate, you hit one out, it seemed like.
And Pac Network broadcasts your college regional down on Cape Cod.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
As
Yep.
Michael Herman and Wicked Cow Entertainment,
At
one of our
Harwich?
guests during the weekend, Jack
Yep.
mentioned it.
Yep.
You may be the only wiffle ball
Pac
tournament
Network
live
is
on
now
the
the
internet carried in
home
its
of the
entirety
Brewster Whitecaps
in the country.
broadcast
Okay.
in the Cape
Nice.
League.
Nice.
2-2 the count.
Pat was disappointed the other night when we were showing these that the field on Championship Sunday looks the worst.
Oh, yeah.
Another bomb.
That was an awful pitch.
With a 3-run homer, and Staten Island takes a 4-0 lead.
No
Eric
holes
Long.
in the Staten Island lineup.
Eric Long with a 3-run homer.
It's funny, Rich. It's you base running. The daring base running is the trademark of Staten Island, but 2 home runs here get you started.
It wasn't necessary this inning so far.
The bullpen action already for the Blue Bulls. I believe it's a left-hander, Steve Rudberg.
I tell you what, you can't see it from this angle, but these two teams have a third baseman that cheats in almost all the way to home plate. It's the most intimidating thing when you're up to bat and the third baseman's about 4 feet from you.
Chad, explain that situation. I know. That
What,
might be
with
you.
Juice?
Yeah, Juice comes way in, and nowadays
Yeah.
Rigotti comes all the way in your face too.
Right.
Juice, yeah.
Yeah, depends
Justin
on the
Lawrence,
batter,
we call him Juice. He just tries to eat the baseball.
Yeah.
The Buckners style. The Buckners play that way as well.
Rain delay forced 2 3-inning semifinals.
Well, it's hard to throw a guy out from normal depth at third base.
Playable to
Yeah, that's
play
true.
the
True.
Yeah, you've got to come in.
Full 7-inning.
And if you didn't know,
Nice play.
Jamie Leake is famous for the swinging bunt.
Yeah.
We tried to eliminate that, before the rules committee eliminated that.
Right. Remember the early years for sure. Yeah.
Replay here on the home run.
Oh,
Hey, Ted, when was it that the Blue Bulls put all the signs on the road? We were coming down the road, the Staten Island Yanks are going down or something like that.
That's probably
I don't know.
18,
Yeah, that was,
That might have been before I started coming. I don't remember that.
it was one of the early years. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I think it was
I think
like
I missed the first 2 years.
okay, maybe it was
Yeah.
that early. I think it was like a Sunday morning game, and we were both 2-0, so it was like win or go home.
After a year or so absence.
That is Woodward at first for the Staten Island Yankees.
Woodford.
Who's leading off here? Who's this?
This is Allie, my
Oh,
brother.
Sally. Yeah.
That's some Joey T. Junk here.
Eric Long, yeah. Oh, beg your pardon, that is
Allie's
that's
one of
in
our
right field.
Top fundraisers.
They changed
Guy's
the line.
crazy.
Yeah, no,
I
Why
did.
don't you
Yeah, he
ever
is
go on
crazy.
one of those hikes with him, Tad?
Because I'm not crazy.
Did he do this year's? I saw what he was going to do.
He
Yeah,
did 100
he did
miles.
it. Yeah.
65
So he-
miles. Yeah, very cool.
Yep. Paddle bike hike.
I wouldn't even drive that
Tad
far.
Skelley.
The 6 highest places in New England in
They're gonna talk
what
about it.
72 hours or whatever it was is the most
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah.
Allie also just won our first selection for the
Pitcher
batter
right,
up
but
TRF
also very
for the
disciplined.
biggest
Yep.
whiff.
Yep.
Oh, he did.
Over
Oh.
at him.
Yeah, he
Yep.
tried to hit a ball at the top of Mount Washington. The wind just took it about 10 feet from him. He just
Wow.
completely whiffed it.
Yeah, he couldn't fungo it. It just took off.
I missed that video. Did you
Yeah.
do one, Ted?
Yeah, I did one. I hit one over the Travis Roy Arena in Yarmouth.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hit one over Lake Champlain.
There you go.
It was pretty good. Allie made an appearance in my video too.
Oh, yeah, that was
Oh,
really,
yeah.
Pitch too fast, so.
that was
Yep.
really good.
Way the foul, it's still 1-2.
Ooh,
Someone threw a
good.
big red wiffle ball bat at me.
Tough play, and Skelley beats it out. And Jack, I don't know if you
Tad
watched
with
it,
the
sorry to cut
wheels
in,
to
but
first.
he
Yeah, the
spun
wheels.
by, then put on the brakes and skied into the bullpen.
DeMarco trying to make the play, but Tad Skelley reaches and Justin Lawrence.
Beg your pardon for over.
Here's
speaking over you,
Justin.
Jack, after
Juice at the
27
play.
straight games
Was
of
this the year
play-by-play,
we got delayed with some
the
rain
19-time Vermont
to start the
Sportscaster of
playoffs?
Year.
Think so.
Okay.
Didn't they like shorten some of the other games?
Yeah, some of the early quarterfinal games were like 3 innings or something
I
like
don't think
that.
that. I don't think that was this year.
Said no
It wasn't? Okay.
Yeah, but I remember that.
Okay.
You score 4-0 Staten Island Yankees over the Bulls. That's the
This one's
Juice get a hold of
Juice.
one almost. Yep. Dead center for Juice.
Yep.
Justin Lawrence, another bomb for him.
Look at him without his beard.
homer and
I know. Don't even recognize him.
I forgot. I forgot he used to be clean shaved.
And another
Yeah, he
guy
looks like a
that
puppy.
Tad Skelley accounts for, Jack, with the single up the middle, and his hustle beat it out. So they went yard.
Here's Pat Collins up with nobody on now, 1 down.
Like to say goodbye at the moment to Scooters Pretzels. Driving up the road.
Pat Collins. You guys should have had Pat on the next game,
Strike 1.
the 8 o'clock
Yeah.
game. Pat was the hero of the 8 o'clock game.
That's true.
And he gets a piece of it.
Oh,
Entire
ball
Swinging
up
bunt
and
there.
down.
Can't make the play. Collins with speed beats it out.
It's not legal to bunt in this tournament. That one like a women's softball slap hitter and beat it out. The lefty hitter got out of the box quick.
Strike call.
Yeah, something's going on because Brendan Collins on the email didn't offer up his brother. He offered up like the rest of your team, Tad, but not him.
Jeff.
Neither did his cousin Travis.
Down, Woodford makes the play.
Yeah, I know.
Down, Collins moves to second.
But Ruddy's going to be awesome.
Yes.
Woodford, one of the better field
He'll be-
first basemen
he's
in this tournament, Jack.
Awesome
We
entertainment.
saw that in the previous game when he held the bag at first base and waited for the throw instead of
Jeff has been a regular on the Pac Network broadcast for a few innings.
did a nice play.
Okay.
Anyway, yes, every year.
Yep.
Ryan, the second baseman, as a runner in scoring position. Collins at second. Fouls it back, nothing. And 1 ball, 1 strike. They call it. It is 1-1. First pitch.
Actually, it was this year, the year of the rainouts, thanks to Joey Rigotti texting in. Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, we didn't think we'd finish the tournament.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, we had the 4-inning semifinals, and then it was the forecast. We went outside, and it was nice. And it's like, hey, let's play the final, the whole game.
That's what I thought. Remember, Mario was trying to sell people on having a home run derby
Way to the mound and
to
no
determine the
play.
champion.
Way around,
Right.
no play for Porter.
That he's like, one run is going to knock us out of here. And they lost like 6-0 in the semis.
A nice play by
Okay.
Jimmy
3 or
Long
4
there,
inning
Jack.
game.
Just eating the ball, trying to look at the runner at third.
And there's a fly ball to left that retires the side. Is
Tavignero with the catch.
I guess nowadays we could just invoke Mike Bailing's simulator, right?
back to score.
Yeah.
After 1 here in the championship game, Staten Island has a 4-2 lead.
Juice.
Just we didn't have a
Replay of the home run. The bomb by Justin Lawrence.
Talking
2-run
about that
bomb.
simulator, I watched
Bulls on
the first game there. Blue Bulls beating the Yankees.
Staten Island
Yep.
up top of the second.
That's true. Yeah, in the simulation game, the Blue Bulls won.
And this is
Yeah, I don't
Right out
know
of the gate.
how Mike set up that simulator, but I was at first base with a long gray beard. What the heck?
Ooh.
Fair into the corner left field. Tad Skelley picks it up, and it's a
Was that Vircher?
in the top of the second for Vircher.
It was. That was Big Dave
That was a good-
Vircher.
Good swing.
The pitcher with Joey Rigatti waiting on deck.
Joe Tyrone coming up now.
Second, 4-2 Staten Island Yankees.
You guys hit Joe down in the order.
Throws left.
Yeah.
That's right. Fly ball to
Oh.
right.
Oh!
Knockdown. They're gonna
Oh, you got to run those out.
Yeah, exchange runners
Not
on
really,
bases.
but can't do anything about that.
No error, fielder's choice.
Ryan finally making the play.
The interesting
Good
thing
play,
is
though. They did
Jamie
catch the
Leake
ball, but he stayed
may
with it
have done that
and sure
intentionally.
out.
One down. That was, Lee.
Knowing his personality, he actually may have done that intentionally to try
Oh,
to get
yeah.
To get Davey Virtue's speed off the base.
double play.
The third baseman had a home run to
Well, the Goodfellas just knocked off Hot Dam in the simulated games, 14-12. It was a slugfest.
And Jack,
Oh,
we
wow.
don't have a
They came
first round
back.
champion
Yeah, they came back.
winner here today.
We took apparently for some reason the simulator took
Staten Island
Scott Sweeney out
to the
and
championship
threw
game
our
in the
catcher
first
in as a
year in
pitcher,
02,
and they
also
really
the last
teed
two
off on his
09
brother
in
Sean.
2010.
Uh.
While the Blue Bulls made it to the title game in 2006.
MVP went to a guy that has never even played with us, so he was supposed to play this year his first year. but he went 4 for 5 with 2 home runs, so I'm hoping he's that good next year when he plays with us.
Champions, Hot Dam twice, 02 and 03. Comets Express 04 in.
There's Rigotti again.
flashes at foul
Ooh.
outside.
Rigotti is my favorite Yankee, no offense, Rich,
Joey Rigotti.
but I buy him every year in the fantasy. Always a bargain. Don't
Is
know
he?
why.
How much?
He's usually like a $7 player for some reason.
All right.
I don't know if he just had a couple bad years or something, but can't afford Tad Skelley at $100 out of $100.
That's so overrated, overpriced.
I don't know. You are. I think you're a $50 player in that, and that's $1 for every home run. You've got 50 home runs in the tourney now.
Yeah.
Seems like it's a value pick.
We're gonna miss for strike 2. For that pitch.
Nick had a nasty curve.
Yeah. He just, I feel like, especially now, people throw a lot harder. Nick just didn't throw hard.
Yeah.
It's really soft.
See that thing go? That was amazing.
That was a bunt.
Right around.
Pitcher came off the mound, Jack, and flipped it to first to retire. Staten Island 1-2-3.
Yeah, I think you're right about pitching speed has definitely picked up a bit.
Staten Island lead
Yeah.
into the last half of the second inning as the
Yeah, that's my excuse.
Blue Bulls come up.
That's why I can't hit.
Travis Roy just texted me saying that Ben Harvey is sitting on the bench, that Brendan was too loyal. He should have gone.
Yeah,
with-
Harvey was, how old, I bet? I wonder. He was probably,
Top hitter, Tirone.
he's probably what,
2011.
22, 23? So, I mean, he was probably 14 maybe.
Yeah, playing for the Point.
Yeah.
He's playing with a point back
Pointers,
then.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
1-2 is the count.
Yeah,
We're gonna miss.
the Fun League team is actually quite a breeding ground for some really good players. And they've been popping up. And Travis Green, who plays with the Hard Shells, played
Yep.
down there. He's become a pretty great player.
Brother Oscar.
Yeah.
And Ben's younger brother, Andrew Harvey,
Yeah.
on
Yep.
Michelle's.
I've said it for years on our team on the Goodfellas that our downfall is that we all started playing when we were 30 years old, and we've never asked anyone younger than us to join. Can't win without some kids that's playing all summer long.
Well, that's not true. The Yankees proving you wrong.
Wow, that's true.
And over to make the play in foul territory.
There's Rigotti.
Joey
That's
Rigotti.
my guy.
Play 2. It's 4-2. The Staten Island Yankees are on top here.
We should have Joe Tyrone in a little bit.
Oh, good.
Awesome.
The Staten Island Yankees.
Hey, while we got a small break here, just want to thank some of our sponsors from the New England Federal Credit Union and SharePoint Capital Partners. Duncan always helping us out, and Pomerleau Realty, Vermont Tent every year, keeping us dry is always nice. The Bolton Valley Resort, Windjammer, Pack Network showing this video here today. Smuggler's Notch and the Wall Doctor, the Essex, and always the Boston Red Sox hooking us up big time this year with those prizes for our video competition, and WIFFLE Inc. for helping us out, getting the word out, and for all the balls and bats and everything they've done. Obviously, no tournament without WIFFLE.
The last pitch coming in, Jack, had that great wiffle ball sound, that little.
Is this a bigger than normal crowd for a championship game?
I feel like it is, and it's also
Yeah.
pretty bright out. I mean, the last couple of years, it's almost been dark for
Yeah.
it. I don't know if it's good because we got more teams these days than in 2011, but
I don't be the rain delays, washed out some games, but I think we might have moved it up a little bit because of the quicker semifinals.
yeah,
Okay.
some of the championship games have been coming in like 8 o'clock at night, and they had to turn the lights on and everything.
How many teams were there back in 2011? Maybe 24 or something?
I think that was 24.
24, yeah.
We have 32 now, so
Yeah.
It was 14 or 15 when Field of Dreams opened. To expand it more.
Right.
Jeff Rudberg chiming in with the statistics on Tad for the tournament. 13 for 19 with 8 home runs.
jeez.
Imagine if we had fantasy wiffle then. You wouldn't have been a big price then either.
Yeah, probably not. Might have actually bought myself.
Adam and I would have bought you because we saw what you did for Wheaton College,
Yeah.
Third baseman. 2 down, nobody on. Strike the pitch. The count. Here's the pitch. Down low,
Ooh.
1 strike.
That looked good.
Inside.
Ooh.
There's a shot. No, foul.
1-2.
Get the replay on this. Oh, ripped foul.
Well, this is
Oh,
the
no,
play
the
by
slide.
Lawrence.
Yeah, thank you.
Juice.
That was a nice effort.
Yep.
He goes for everything. I've had to stop him from diving over the table up down at Little Wrigley a couple times.
2 pitch.
Uh-huh.
Goes to the second baseman, and that will retire.
Yeah,
the
Mojo,
side.
down below, you see the game from the third base side. We watch the game
Yeah.
from the first base side.
Staten Island, the Yankees have a 4-2 lead over the Blue Bulls here in the championship game of the Travis Roy Foundation.
4-2 going into the bottom of the third here.
Little Fenway here in 2000.
Started off with a lot of home runs in the first inning, and then it's kind
Yeah.
of slowed down, got a little more pitcher friendly.
Here.
Yep.
JetBlue Airways, Dave Barger.
Oh, but here comes Tad, so that could change.
Converse, shoes and apparel. Jennifer
Maybe.
Ailman also on board for the tournament. Other top sponsors: Covidian, SD Ireland, Windjammer, Dunkin' Donuts, and Teleblend. As well as
Here's Tad Skelley, the left fielder.
Bad call.
For the Blue Bulls here in the last of the third, trailing 4-2 against the left-hander Joe Tirone.
big time thanks to the Vermont Tent Company.
That right field wall just calls to you as a lefty hitter, huh?
Oh.
Whoa. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There's home run number 8.
Another one for Tad Skelley. It's 4-3 now. Staten Island Yankees up to a 4-0
Nice
lead.
blast.
Cut to 4-3.
Yeah.
Here's Justin Lawrence now, the third baseman who had a home run his first time up. Collins on deck.
All right, Juice.
4 home runs in this game already.
Justin Juice Lawrence.
Yep.
Skelley has not made it out today, Jack, in the
That's
Oh,
deep to left,
Juice.
and that's over the
Juice
tie ball
back to tie it up. That's his second home run of the game right there.
Tad Skelley
Wow.
has hit, Jack. Also, Justin Lawrence has delivered some big hits himself. Hit the grand slam home run against the Boston Terriers to get them extend that game or tie that game up. The Boston Terriers are kind of the game that clinched the division and gave the Blue Bulls the second seed. Hit another
Wow.
big home run in the quarterfinals down a little
I guess
Wrigley.
Juice got a grand slam earlier in the tournament there too.
Yeah. Yep.
Still nobody out. Down to the count, 0-2.
But what's impressive with Skelley, we talked about if you hit the ball on the holes, it's not going to go anywhere.
Travis did say about,
Seemed to hit
you
the ball on
mentioned
the
to
holes.
me the
It
point,
just- it rockets
uh,
out of here.
there's several players, they call it the
Maybe
minor
hit
leagues,
hit
that
the one
Leroy
up the middle on
develops
the
them.
holes, but not the others
Cool.
that-
But Ben was a full-fledged member of the Bulls that year.
Crying out loud.
And Collins strikes out. Bob.
Where is he?
Designated hitter up
Oh,
in
he's
Denver.
over in the corner.
Yeah.
I blame Brendan.
Lawrence's home run.
Brendan's fault. It's bad coaching.
Starts getting back into games or breaking open
Not going to say
lead.
what his cousin said, but it was
Yesterday's
similar to
time
that, Tad.
Rich, give us a inside perspective of what goes through Joe when he's out on the mound. Does he ever get rattled out there and have to tell people to leave him alone, or he a pretty cool customer?
Oh, I don't know. He knows how he wants to play the game, and he's had a lot of success. He can get rattled by some of the boys at times, but usually plays through it pretty well.
I love when he and what's your catcher's first name?
Timmy.
Tim.
Timmy. He and Timmy sometimes it's more Timmy yelling at him, but
Yeah.
sometimes he gets all over Joe.
Right. That's
Joe's like, "What do you want me to do?"
Get you fired up. But yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, the dive in first.
Yeah, that's why Bob Foot's no longer allowed back with the Blue Bulls.
My brother dove into first 2 years back and dislocated his finger.
No.
Yep.
No.
Although gets his teammates fired up, that's for sure.
Dustin Ryan's up with nobody
Well,
on,
this
2
this
down.
game, it was so wet. If you kept running by the base, you might have been in trouble.
Oh,
Deep to left,
Oh, off the
and
top of the
off
wall.
He'll get a single.
Yeah, the first year the Yellowhammers played, they had a short, stocky fellow on their team, and he learned the hard way that it gets wet there. It rained a little. He went by first base and wiped out and slid almost
Yeah.
down to Field of Dreams, and his shorts came off and everything. He slid like a good 20 feet, diving into first.
One tournament, we had the portable lights over there. Lee went over and moved them. He thought somebody was going to clip it.
And the fly ball to center field for the out to retire the side as the play
So,
was
Tad, after Wheaton, you've made a career in baseball as a coach
Yeah.
at Colby College.
Yep. Yeah, been bounced around a little bit, but yeah, been at Colby now. In a couple weeks here, I'll be finishing up year 2 and moving into year 3.
How'd the season wrap up last year when everything hit? Did you guys get to play out anything? Or?
We played one game. We played Bowdoin one game, and we won, so we were undefeated. But yeah, but that was tough.
Nick Smith on the mound for the Blue Bulls, Jack. He was about one pitch away from being yanked out of the game. Now he's settled down. Let's see how he does here. If he can hold him after scoring 2 runs.
Big kick, big curve, just missed
Yep.
it.
count at 1-1, the left fielder for the Staten Island Yankees.
And your wife is one of
Body,
the field,
big kick.
and your wife is a field hockey coach too at Colby, correct?
Yep. Yeah, she was this year. Yep.
One hopper to the shortstop, and the underhands it to first for the out. Rudberg on the play, 1 down.
That's a great speed by Cavagnaro.
Woody Woodford, the first baseman.
Would you have been able to make it to the tournament if it happened? I'm sure the answer is yes.
For in terms of what?
If you're down at Colby now,
Yeah. Yep.
but you would have made it to the fields
Yeah.
this weekend.
Yeah. I think the
Hole is the left fielder.
the only time I almost didn't was I spent a year scouting with the Toronto Blue Jays, and when I'm coaching, it's a little bit easier to say I'm not going to go out recruiting that weekend. But when I was scouting, it was a little bit more difficult. But but it's always seemed to sort of work out. Too good of a cause.
Right.
For the Staten Island Yankees takes a strike, 0-1. Top half of the 4th inning in the championship game, tied at 4.
Dave has played in all 10 tournaments.
Davey Vircher at the plate.
Ball, 1 strike.
Picture of Dave
Had a
Virtue
good swing last time.
Yeah.
from the first tournament. applauding Mario Fontana receiving the championship trophy.
Use any of these WIFFLE tournaments, Tad, as part of your recruiting?
Younger looking.
Actually, there is a kid that one time came up to Colby and didn't recognize me as one of the baseball coaches. He recognized me as a Blue Bulls wiffle ball player.
That's
And
awesome.
and then you know who I've actually seen is geez, Jeff's gonna crush me for not remembering his name. Who's famous ump here?
Larry?
Larry Reed.
Larry. His son is a college hockey referee.
Yeah.
Matt from
Matt.
Groupies Groupies.
Yeah. Yeah, and I happened to be walking out towards the entrance a couple hours before one of the hockey games, and he came walking in, and I didn't even really look at him, and then he was like, "Tad," and I was like, "What are you doing here?" So
There's Eric Schwer and Danielle Williams from the steering committee sitting out there watching the game. Newly engaged couple.
nice.
Schwer plays with the Buckners.
Okay.
Ted Williams home run.
And how many feet?
A lot.
Swing and a miss, strike three.
Well,
Tad Skelley.
puts the pitcher down.
Tad Skelley is going to have some seats or trees planted behind Little Wrigley, Little Fenway after his power explosion this weekend.
That one.
Yeah.
So nothing across for Staten Island. The Yankees.
Joe looks a lot more comfortable on the mound than he does at the plate.
Staten Island
Yeah.
Yankees.
I don't know if I'd say that if Joe was on this right now, but
Thank you. Joe, we talk a lot about Skelley and his home runs, but the big home runs in this for Staten Island, big home Joey Riccati, the home run in the home run derby to get him here, clinch it. And also the leadoff homer here.
Joey
That's
and
right.
Dave Virtue and I played a lot of wiffle ball in Davies' driveway back in the day.
Nice.
Strikes, took a strike and swings and misses on that one, strike two.
I wish more kids played more wiffle ball
Down to the count, 2 strikes. He fouled.
nowadays. The young kids.
Home plate umpire is Ben Burns. We had Ben Burns mic'd up, Jack, last night in the last few innings. And the by-play we had with him and Goodfellas catcher Chris Terrian was just tremendous.
Rich, how did the Yankees come together as a team for the first tournament? Who put it all together?
Here's Brett
Wow.
Woodard. Nobody on, one down for
Yeah, I think I kind of learned of the tournament. I mean, I was involved a little bit in the building of Little Fenway and stuff. Good friends with Pat. So then
Okay.
when the time came, I knew of the tournament. I kind of reached out to Joey and Davey, and we all kind of thought it'd be a fun idea to put a team together. And mostly they reached out to guys down there, but I think we were definitely, like I said, for those first few years, we were a little short on fielding a full team from Staten Island, and we did a little bit of local recruiting.
And there were 2 down now as Matt Long made the
Well, I can tell you as a game announcer, one thing the Yankees are well known for is showing up whenever they want for their games.
There's Larry Rieger down the field line.
Not you. It's usually you and Joe are there on time.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. But yeah.
Those other guys like to roll in 5-10 minutes late, though.
Well, that's Mario's fault for scheduling us for those early morning 11 a.m. games.
Yeah.
He knows exactly what he's doing
I know.
by scheduling you guys early.
A lot of behind-the-scenes work.
and the tarp and raking and everything is strike.
Rich, where'd you grow up?
On Staten Island.
Okay.
Yep.
And you live in Jericho now, right? Or
Right. Yep.
Okay.
big UVM Hope fan is Rich.
Yeah. Came up here for IBM job after college. And
Okay.
never left.
A couple
Yep.
weeks ago.
Yep.
My daughter, we came up here to play a little home run derby.
Worked at IBM myself for 8 years.
Or in the morning,
All right.
and Larry was.
I got laid off in
Larry was coming
02
in,
when the
pulled the tarp out, much like they do on
dumped
the
like
east side. They do
2,500 of us
inside
one day.
out, so he-
Oh wow. I
he
hit
does
Big
I hit,
layoff.
helping him out.
I had
Larry,
36
he's
years.
trying to do it himself,
Wow.
but we
retired in 2014.
about that
And I remember telling people that year, it was a big year. I retired. I had my first grandchild. But most importantly, we won the wiffle ball tournament.
Yeah.
Pat O'Connor worked at IBM, right? Too.
Yep.
So you guys worked with him, or?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
The home run, the big home run.
Is Pat, Larry Riegert, Bill
Larry Riegert's
Livingstone?
at IBM.
Oh, Larry does?
Yeah, Bill Livingstone and Kurt Carpenter.
How is IBM not the major sponsor?
Yeah, well, there's really very, very little IBM in Vermont now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kind of sold off a lot of the business there.
Oh, Tad with another great grab there.
This game's flying by after the first inning, huh?
Yeah.
A job or an internship job in the real world on Tuesday, graduate of Wheaton College.
Been moving right along now.
It's an internship with a business development company in Stratham, New Hampshire.
There's
We
Carney.
may even be getting Joe Tirone in here soon.
Here I
Nice.
am.
Nice play by Allie.
That
Oh,
was-
Allie thought he had him. Called it safe though.
Beat it out.
Ooh. Gonna do a challenge on that?
Nice grab.
Should have.
The one-handed grab
I
was-
can't remember what year we started the $50 challenges, but
This was the first.
Hey, there's Joe.
Here I am. That was frustrating. I was here watching you guys, listening to you, and I wasn't able to respond. And Pat, I did hear that about my batting. So
uh-oh.
let's see what happens the next time you get up. And yes, that was a great question about Timmy. I want to kill him every single year, every single game. Every single game. I mean, I've never seen or heard anything like it. You catch her screaming at your pitcher.
Yeah.
We're up 8-0. I give up a home run. What are you doing?
It always comes right out to the mound to you too, though.
I had a hunch you might be listening. That's why I answered it so diplomatically.
Yeah. You sure did. Yeah, this was a fun game. We didn't get to the point yet where Pat, where I put a protest in. Did we get to that yet?
No,
Oh,
You remember that, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys remember?
I don't.
that? Oh,
No.
okay. Yeah, it's coming up. I think probably the next inning.
You've complained quite a bit in this game, but haven't protested anything.
Oh, I don't believe that.
Oh,
well, there.
Slip to the back end of the mound.
Yeah,
I think that was that Timmy.
He kind of twisted coming off.
And Tad, by the way, that home run you hit,
Allie Skelley tried to go
the
long,
first two pitches were
not in time.
purposely low. And the first one was he gave me a low strike. The next one was in the dirt.
Yeah.
So I was trying to set you up so that when I throw it high and out of the strike zone, you would just swat at it. But
Yeah.
I threw it high and you crushed it. I was like, son of a bitch, this guy is ridiculous.
I was gonna tell you too that so the next game, the 8:00 game, I remember. I think it was my last at bat. You struck me out,
I
and
remember.
I tell you what, Timmy was he was like yelling at you.
Yeah.
He was like, Joe, he's like, be smart, be
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, well, he's not gonna throw to me here.
Yeah.
And you came right after me,
Oh, yeah.
and Timmy totally had me. I mean, he totally had me fooled.
Yeah. That's
At bat.
No. He wasn't trying to fool you. He didn't want me to pitch to you. That was not a setup. He was like, be smart. Don't go in this guy. You already hit a home run. I was like, yeah, okay, Tim, here you go. Ready?
I feel like that's every team's plan, and Tad still hits 50 home runs.
Yeah.
I know we start every game saying don't pitch anything to Tad.
Well, I'll give you a little nostalgia. When we first played you guys, that first year, I think it was your first year in the tournament, or your
Okay.
second year in the tournament, and you were like the hated Blue Bulls because you used to do
Yeah.
athletics on the side, and right. So, meanwhile, when we drive up that Sunday, it was the marquee game, and you guys, it was really funny. You guys put up signs the whole way up Silly Hill Road.
Okay.
Yankees go home. Well, do you remember that?
I
Yankees are
don't. Rich
terrible.
mentioned that earlier.
Oh yeah, it was great. So I got up there, and Tommy Long was playing with us then. He was playing with us. So, and I had heard about you, how good you were doing. And you're going to think this is an excuse, but it's not. They changed the way they made the wiffle balls. So my roundhouse curve doesn't curve as much as it
Okay.
used to. So, so that was the old wiffle ball. So when you got up, I gave you my roundhouse curves almost every single pitch and maybe a couple of risers, and you struck out 3 times.
Hey, Joe,
And Tommy Long
this is
said he will never play wiffle ball.
What
again.
is Joe arguing here?
yeah,
Here's
Joe.
your
This
He was.
is what
protest.
you were talking about.
What's that?
What,
What are
this
you-
is
what
what
are you
you were
debating?
talking about. What are you arguing about here? We're discussing.
Oh, this is it. Okay, this is it. All right. So now Pat O'Connor right now is saying, Joey, doesn't matter how we rule, you're going to smile and you're going to walk back to your bench. You're not going to argue. I said, all right, Pat, but let me just tell you what the problem is. He said, you could tell us what the problem is, but no matter what the answer is, you are not going to argue. We are on TV right now. You are not going to argue. And that's what he's telling me right now. What happened was your pitcher hadn't batted yet. And there was a rule
Okay.
that everyone had to bat. And they changed it after this game because of this. Because I realized, I looked at the lineup and he never got up. So I went over to the scorekeeper. I said, has he gotten up yet? They said, no. I said, well, that's against the rules. This is like a forfeit. What do you want to do? So I said to Pat, this is a forfeit. I don't want to forfeit this, but I don't know how you penalize him. What do you want to do? So that's what they're talking about. So now he's saying, you're right. You're right. It's against the rules, but we're not going to do anything. We're just going to let him play. You can, if you don't want to bat, you don't have to bat. I said, Pat, it's the 5th inning or whatever. What inning is it? Yeah, 5th inning. It's the 5th inning. So now we're not going to bat? I said, I could have put Woody up or I could have this. I said, he said, yeah. I said, all right. He's all right. And you're going to walk back. Right now he's telling me, you're going to walk back and you're going to be smile. And whatever we say, I said, fine, I'm all right. Okay. Because I really felt good. I felt good about the game. I felt good the way I was playing. And I wasn't going to do that, but I wanted to let him know that it wasn't right. And then they said their rule was you could continue to play the way you were playing, not like now he has to bat, which was a good decision.
Yeah.
You know,
So
because
you can't
would have
DH for the
ruined the
pitcher.
flow.
Or you
What's
couldn't.
that?
So you couldn't DH for the pitcher.
You could not DH for the pitcher.
Wow.
This was the game that changed the rule
Yeah.
Okay.
because that's what happened. So Joey's now trying to get me to, you know, I said, Joe, forget it. You know, and I'm pointing to Pat right now. Pat's saying, forget it. So, and it's, you know, a game. It's for fun. It's for charity. You know, but I want to make my point.
Yeah.
I guess you could have had me playing first, but not batting, and we would have. You guys
We would have won like 12-0.
Yeah, it would have been a little. Yeah.
So let's see if I take it out on Tad. I don't think so.
Yeah, pulling right in his ear hole. Nope.
Hit it. That's correct. Yeah.
This
I might
this
have pitched
tournament,
away from you this at bat though. I might have pitched away from you here.
this tournament we raised
Oh, yeah,
we raised $407,000 in this tournament. It was actually the first time we went over 400,000.
Wow.
And believe it or not, I don't know if you guys have looked at the thermometer lately. We're creeping up on 250,000 right now.
Is
on
it
the
over
thermometer.
200 now?
Yeah, it's at like 230 right now. I
Man,
believe.
that really jumped. Yeah.
Yeah, so pretty. It's at 225, 143 right now, which is beyond amazing to me. I thought in a year like this we'd be lucky to get 100,000.
Well, you've done an amazing job. 100 donors.
Yeah, I'm like a little over 100 donors now.
I didn't even know you knew that many people, man.
Yeah.
I'm relentless.
Yeah, you did real well with your fundraising with that video. That was great.
Yeah, I got like 25 donations from people I don't even know that just saw
That's
the video on
That's
Nice play.
social media and sent the donation in. So
Base, Tad Skelley tagging up.
I raised like an additional $1,000 from people I don't even know.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
I think you brought up
I was disappointed with how much I raised, but I'm actually gonna send it within my company, which is nationwide.
Yep.
In our, we have like a fundraising thing called Compass Cares. And so it's gonna go out probably this week. It might not be till next week. And it goes to about actually more than that, like 10,000 agents.
Wow.
And so Compass is very, very big on charity. So, you know, we're going through our marketing people and stuff. And so it's going to probably launch after what would have been the tournament, probably next week. So I'm hoping to raise some money through that.
I mean, they still collect donations. I think they're on a fiscal year through the end of September. So I mean,
Okay, I was gonna
Yeah.
the money counts Sunday, but we still have people throwing in money all the way until September.
Okay.
Counts
Wow.
towards you, so.
I was like 19 years old then. Look at that.
Yeah.
And the red armbands were for the guys who've been in the first tournament. That was our 10th anniversary this year.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that.
That was uncharacteristic miss by Jeff. He was amazing.
So he waded his way in. To home
Chad always
plate,
gets
stuck the hand
it's
out.
dirty. Slid
Yep.
it home.
Rich, you mentioned IBM. IBM, a lot of their time and money built this place. Really, all you guys in the cafeteria would design it, from what
That's
I
right.
understand.
This was all planned on an IBM napkin.
Yeah. Right.
Quickly down on the count, nothing at 2. On the left-hander. Check swing.
And it's now Global Foundries, and a lot of our steering committee are Global Foundries employees, like Sue Bentledge and Ron Rose.
Yep.
Fairly cheap swing it went off his body. 1-2.
Oh boy.
Good pitch.
Tad, your fundraising has to pick up in 2 or 3 years with all these Colby guys making millions of dollars.
Yeah, it's gonna pick up now that I've had some guys graduate.
It's safe there.
We all decided this year we pushed people towards Allie's page. So he's had. I actually just looked. I think he has over $10,000 now. So
Wow.
yeah,
What did he raise last year?
Here's Jeff Rudberg, the shortstop.
maybe like 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's always up there every year, top
Yeah.
5, top 6 people.
Oh, nice play. Spins and throws to Woodford.
I
Right
tried
out
to
of a
talk.
jam.
I tried to talk my team into giving me all their donations, but they said no. Speaking of donations, this was the year the Trahan fundraising award, Kim Trahan fundraising spirit award, went to the entire team of the Donut Boys. If you guys remember those guys,
Yep.
Oh yeah.
young players, they did a great job as a team that year.
Yeah, they started the Wednesday morning Dunkin' Donuts.
Change round up there.
Donuts. They went all through Chittenden County. Frank Pulio was the captain, and younger Frank Pulio Jr. You guys remember him?
Top half of the 6th inning. The aforementioned Jeff Cavagnaro, the left fielder.
Billy Gerke won the Tommy Long Award. Played with the Moose.
Yep.
Yeah.
Joe, do you want to talk about the Tommy Long Award real quick while we got you here?
Yeah, sure. So we, I think the first year the Tommy Long Award was 2009, if I'm not mistaken, because I believe Tommy passed away
Yes.
in 2008.
Yes.
And so Tommy was, he was the guy that actually taught us to play wiffle ball, and we would play at Dave Virch's house, and we were probably like 6, 7, no, probably 8 or 9 or 10 years old, and Tommy was a couple of years older than us. And then he used to come by, and he used to say, we used to pitch fast, so this is slow pitching. And he used to always say that if you want to be good in wiffle ball, you got to learn how to hit on the other bat from the other side. So you know, because a righty versus a righty, and you're pitching fast, it's really hard to catch the ball and stuff.
Yep.
So and we would see him once in a while. And Tommy was like this mystery guy that everybody loved in the neighborhood, in school and everything, the schoolyard, all the leagues that he belonged to, softball, hardball, everything. And he was like the king. You know, like everybody loved Tommy Long, and it was because he was so athletic. The guy was amazing, but he was so much fun. And like at the end of each game, you never knew who won the game if you talked to Tommy Long, because he was so happy to play and to be there and everything. So he brought that to this tournament. It was unbelievable. And I remember a couple of times, you know, where we would play a really close game and we'd lose. Once in a while we lost. And you see Tommy over. He followed the other guys from the dugout, and he would sit on the side with them, drink a beer, and be hysterical laughing. which I thought was great, but it was very unusual. He was like one of the first guys, because in the beginning, the tournament never knew what it was really becoming when it was becoming what it was becoming. You know, it was like it's now the best weekend of the year. So in the beginning, it was for charity, obviously, but it was very competitive and probably a little bit more emotion in terms of who's going to win and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, this guy Tommy Long comes along, and I really feel that he helped. I mean, it was going in that direction anyway, but he really helped it go over that hurdle where everyone realized why we were there, and it just became the best weekend of the year because it stayed competitive, but it was so much fun.
Yeah.
So he died in a really freak accident in New York City, where he fell down stairs at a restaurant, and he was in a coma for a while. They passed away. So we were all talking about it, after that. Everyone was obviously very upset. And then I just sent an email to Pat, and I said, Pat, I'd like to somehow memorialize Tommy. And so he says, all right, write something up. So I wrote something up, and they put that on the back cover of the program that year, or the inside cover or something like that. And what was amazing about it was that Jane, the photographer from the beginning of the tournament, was there when he first got up. Hey, I hit something there, Tad. Did you see that?
Yeah, look at you. You were left-handed too.
Yeah. That's because Timmy wouldn't let me bat lefty, because I usually bat righty. So finally, that time I got up, because I'm batting lefty. I don't care. Boom. So, and if the camera was over, you'd see me looking at Timmy right now. So he's a good guy sometimes. But anyway, Jane happened to get a picture of Tommy rounding third base, because the very first tournament that he played in, he goes to me, he says, Joey, do you mind if I bat lefty? I said, Tommy, you're Tommy Long. You do whatever you want. You want to bat lefty, bat lefty. His first time up, and the first pitch, he hits a home run in Little Fenway. And Jane got a picture of him rounding third base. So she used that picture, and she used what I wrote about him. And I don't remember if we gave out the Tommy Long Award if we gave out the Tommy Long Award that year. It was either, I don't think we were prepared to give it out that year, but I could be wrong. I'd have to look at the program. Is it a 2009 winner?
Yes.
I think we did have a winner, so we had the Tommy Long Award.
There's Tom Downs. Tom Downs was
the first winner, but I couldn't remember what year it was, so it was probably 2009. So yeah, so we came up there with the plaque. Travis said, "Yeah, you guys can do that. I love it." Tommy was great. He says, "But you have to provide the plaque. We're not going to provide it." I said, "Okay." So I have the same guy, Daisy Trophy, every year. He looks for me and he makes the plaque for me. Little tiny shop, and it just became a big thing. And then still to this day, there are teams that so that year, because he did that, with batting lefty, that year every single team, it's still absolutely just amazing, their first batter batted lefty or the opposite side of every single game to the tournament, including the championship game. And that was pretty awesome. And
a lot of guys do that. Eric Schwer on the Buckners does it.
Were we in the championship game that year with because I know we lost the year he passed away, and that was against the Beef. So was that 2009?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Lost to the Beef in 2009, lost to the Comets 2010. We had that game last night.
So we were in three years in a row.
One of the best games I ever called was a few years back when the Staten Island Yankees, you guys were playing the Buckners, and you were both already eliminated from the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
So it was just a slug fest and whatnot. But Vinny Tremarco started the game off like he does, batting lefty in honor of Tommy, and he absolutely crushed one.
Yeah, he did.
You would never think I never saw the Buckners cheer for the other team hitting a home run more than I ever saw.
Yeah, that was funny. I wore a Buckner shirt that game.
Yep. A lot of fun. I just heard, so Frank Puyo from the Donut Boys, their captain, he was actually quoted in the Free Press calling this the best weekend of the year. And that's where it kind of came from, and that's where it stuck from captain of the Donut Boys, quoted in the Free Press here, our local paper.
Nice. Hustled in to keep Tirone from running from third to home.
Tirone makes it to third. That is not a base hit. That's a force out. So
This is an exciting game.
I don't
Yeah.
remember it being this close. I thought it was an 8-4 game.
Now 2 down. Runners
And I remember being behind. It really was. It was pretty intense.
instead of having the bases loaded, 1 out, first and third, 2 out.
Here's Vinny up to the plate now.
Fouled at home plate, 0-1. Big difference.
So how is Travis related? Who's he related to on the Blue Bulls?
So Brendan and Pat are his cousins.
Collins boys.
Yeah.
Strike 2 call, 0-2.
Yep.
And Ben Harvey also
No,
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
no,
Harvey. Yep.
Ben Harvey is too?
Yep.
Oh wow.
Yep.
1-2.
Yeah, I remember it was cloudy, but it was kind of hot if I remember that
Big
day.
strikeout, and that takes care of the Staten Island
We were talking earlier, this was a year that all the, like the semifinal games were shortened to like 3 innings because of rain. And
Oh, this was that year?
Yeah.
we weren't even sure we were going to get this game in.
Yeah.
I think Rigotti got you guys in here on a home run derby the game before this, didn't he?
Yeah, what it was, and the jackhammers were so mad. Their first 2 batters on the jackhammers, I always forget their names, but the first 2 batters, the first 2 guys up hit a home runs. It was a shortened game. And then we got 4 runs. It was 4-2. And then, however, the 4th inning, the 2 guys get up again, and they both hit home runs again. So it went 4-4. And that was like the last inning of the rain shortened game.
Yep.
And then it was a home run derby, and the Joe Rigotti hit the home run. But the same guys, the home runs.
Yep.
The awards given to the championship team as well as the
Which I'm pretty good at, as Patrick could tell you. Giving up.
Joe, you guys put up 4 in the first inning in this game.
Oh, we
I don't know if
did?
you remember that.
Yeah.
Eric Long, 3-run blast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And who was it? Rigotti led off with a.
Gotti at the
Yep,
lead.
Rigotti
Yeah.
led off with a home run to start
Yeah.
this game.
excellent work, high school kids.
Joey will be on with us tomorrow night for tomorrow night's your 2 games with the Jackhammers championship games.
I think Joey
Okay.
had the confidence to catch that.
Let's do them.
Jack, because I thought it was a playable ball.
That's
Joe,
just-
you haven't
that's
aged
just
one bit.
I
Strike 3 call.
have the
That was
same
just
hat.
baseball. That was baseball IQ right there. Joey let that go foul and then struck him out on the next pitch.
There you go.
The Tommy Long Sportsmanship Award given to the memory of the late Staten Island Yankees, Tommy Long.
That's hit in the air to center field, and the center field.
What I had going this game, I remember, was changing my speeds. That's what got me through this game. I was able to do that same motion, changing speed. So the strikeouts or the pop-ups you see is always because I change speeds,
Yep.
whether it's fast or slow. And some days it's easier to do than others.
You needed the Colbourne stretch right there.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened. How did we get Woody out there?
Larry Riegert, the home plate umpire, calls time.
This was the first year the Pac Network broadcasted all the games at Little Fenway. Before
Okay.
that, we only got the championship game. But if you go back in 2011 and forward, they've been nice enough to get us every single game at Little Fenway.
Looked like he came up limping
Yeah.
after
Pat
the
Network's
dive
always
there.
been huge for us. Here with us tonight, Adam Polgreen's in the background. You guys won't hear him or see him, but he's making all the magic happen here.
That retires the side. We played 6 of the championship game.
Okay, 6 innings down. Still a tight game, though.
Mhm.
Blue Bulls 5.
And leading off the 7th and deciding inning for the Blue Bulls will be Tad
So
Skelley.
what year? This is 2011.
This is 2011.
So this was our first championship.
Yep, your 3rd trip in a row there, but your first time you pulled it away.
Oh, wow.
All volunteer crew.
Thank you
I figured you guys had won it
Jack, thanks for coming
prior
out
to this.
for the game. We
No,
also
No,
have
we lost the first year, and then we didn't. I don't think we showed up again to 2009.
Yeah. I think in 2010, even though you lost, Joe, I think that was the year you won MVP still.
I did, yeah. I had a very good year that year. I think we won. I don't think I allowed 1 run in the regular games. I think they were all shutouts, if I remember right, and then maybe gave up maybe 1 or 2 runs going into the championship.
Pitch of the dirt. 2 strikes to Tim Long. To the second baseman.
One right off the handle
But
there.
you know what? It's whenever I have a good year, it's always the fielding is unbelievable. You know, the guys make these incredible plays. So I had two games where I missed a perfect game by 1 out. Once was against the Curse Lifted, and the 1 run I gave up was a home run against what's his name, the lefty. Oh, got it. I know him really well. Just blanking out with his name. He's going to kill me. But
Billy Doyle.
Who?
Billy Doyle.
No, is
No.
Against
no,
Curse Lifted.
Curse Lifted. Curse Lifted.
Yeah.
The Roosters dad. Quinn.
And,
Sean Quinn.
not Sean Quinn.
Hope. Ken Hope.
No, lefty.
Oh, lefty.
But anyway, that game, I did pitch good, but the plays that these guys made were absolutely unbelievable. They were incredible.
What do you think is the most difficult defensive position?
I think shortstop is.
All kinds of trouble on the base pass and on defense.
I don't know about that. I think third base. Like, see that? You gotta cut across because you don't have that much time. So you gotta cut the shortstop off on the slow ground balls, otherwise forget it.
What about first base?
First
be
base
first.
is-
Could be
it's
first.
pretty easy first base. And a lot of those games that, you know, Richie has made the most ridiculous plays of all time. Like, you know, they're actually 10 feet over his head and he just goes, and it's
Yep.
gone. And just,
Yep.
it's in his hand. It's
Rich,
like, how did
Rich
that
is
happen?
probably what? Rich, what's your wingspan? 8 feet?
Really, he's had unbelievable years. Really, really fun watching him.
I just know second base is the easiest position because that's the only place my team lets me play.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Makes sense.
That's got to be a dead spot. somewhere.
This guy, Woody, has got to have the record of breaking bats. He swings
Yeah.
so hard. He's broken at least 15 bats. He had a tough year last year. I think, you know, he struck out a lot.
There you go. Bottom 7 now. The 3-run
Wow.
game after that in the park home run there.
7-5. Wow. Okay.
2-run game.
This must be what the final, huh? 7-5.
I think it was, but I don't know. I thought we won 8-4, but here it is, 7-5.
Bases loaded. Remember, Jack, the Comets Express. Bases loaded, 3-2 lead. And his little pop-up behind third.
Yeah, that was it.
last
Bases
year.
loaded.
That was
last
year.
Right here.
That was last year. Yep. Bases loaded.
2010 anyways. Not last year, but the year before this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
right now I'm in the moment here. So
Yeah.
2011.
Oh,
That was the one right there.
That was right
It
over.
really was
Why
the
did I
one.
swing at that? And when I struck you out last year, Tad, with two
Yeah.
years ago, that last time up,
yeah.
I'll never forget how you looked at me. It was like you were looking at me like in total puzzlement. Like,
Telling you, Timmy had
how
me.
could you do that? That's how you looked at me. I'm like, what is it? What are you doing?
He was talking to me back there, and he kept being like, "Hey, come on, be smart, be
So
smart."
that's why you looked at me. You just explained it.
Yeah, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah,
Timmy's
that's
calling for
why.
it way outside.
You
Timmy
just
wants it way
explained that. I
outside.
always wondered why you looked at me like that. It was because you were like, where did that come from?
Yeah,
Right?
he told you to throw around me. Why do you throw around me?
Timmy's setting up a foot outside and he wants it even thrown further outside.
Yeah.
3-2 pitch.
Gonna get him out, though.
See, that was a changeup I got you on right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Same motion, it came in much slower.
Made the play to first. And huge out there, 1 down.
Timmy's letting everyone know.
Dude, look at him.
Listen to
smart.
me. Listen
You're
to
an
me,
idiot.
Joe.
That's
Joe,
what he's telling me. You're an idiot. You're a jerk. Come on.
He's like, this guy's got 2 home runs already, Joe. Don't throw to him too.
Right, that's what he said.
Oh,
That's what he said. That's exactly what he said. Don't vote in.
Down to the final out here, where the Yankees are going to pull in their first championship. Tad, you actually went on to get the MVP in this game for your huge tournament that you had. Bittersweet, I know, but
Yeah.
you eventually got the title.
Is this Patrick?
Yep.
Yep.
This is why he was so mad at me in 2018.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
The reason.
yeah.
There it is.
Explained a lot of things
First
this
championship.
The Yankees win.
The Yankees win.
It wasn't a dry eye in the stadium. I remember that.
They win the championship the first time.
Did you guys all stay in town that night?
I think this might have been the last year I wore that shirt. I gave it to Ryan.
Yeah.
I would say probably not. The typical years, Joey and Davey will stay another day or a couple days. Might get around to golfing or do something fun. The other guys all sort of head out.
Oh yeah, we always have a great time. Yeah, Richie and I go golfing, and was it last year we golfed great, or the year before that we had some really good rounds.
Yeah.
The next day, I mean, you're a little bit sore from playing, but
There he is.
we always have a good time golfing. Going up to the lake house.
Yeah. Well, there you got it. 7-5. The Yankees took it in 2011 for their first championship. Coming up next, same two teams, but different outcome, because it's going to be the 2018 Blue Bulls taking on the Staten Island Yankees. Joe, you're sticking around, I hear?
I'm going to try to, yes.
All right.
Yep.
And I believe Tad's brother, Allie's coming on with Rudberg, Jeff Rudberg.
Yep.
Him on there for the next game. I, too, am taking off, so Bruce is going to be on here in a minute to take over.
Hey, Rich, thank you very much, Rich.
Yeah, thank you all. It was a lot of fun. And hopefully we'll see you all in person next year.
Yep. Looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Okay,
same
next
here.
year's the 20-year anniversary.
Awesome.
Really push the fundraising next year. See if we can get it going crazy. But it was great to see you guys and chat for the game. I hope to play in my own championship one day. We'll see how it goes. But
Okay. In the meantime, keep those videos coming.
Yeah, man.
Thanks
All
a
right.
lot.
All right, guys.
Thanks,
Thanks a
Mojo.
lot for tuning in.